Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. It's your fine ass host, Mollie, and welcome to the show. So, yes, I would like to wish y'all all a Merry Christmas, you guys. Like, I know for y'all, this season is so great to just bond with your family and stuff like that, but y'all already know what type of time I'm on. I'm gonna be probably by myself, ducked off somewhere, just, getting my next episode ready for y'all. But, I gotta thank you guys because you guys have been supporting me so much with the YouTube channel. I remember when I started, it was like, maybe I had like 5 subscribers, and now I have almost 30 subscribers. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. And, I know like you guys are supporting me on the podcast and the things. And now it's like I'm doing the YouTube show. So y'all probably like, I know some of y'all are still catching on to the transition that I'm doing. But thank y'all for those that are subscribing to me, letting me know that y'all like my videos. It just keeps me going, you guys, because it is so hard to authentically grow your own YouTube show. YouTube is one of the hardest platforms to grow on, but once you get there, that's when you get paid. And that's why a lot of people are like, help me get to 1K. And that's why I'm asking you guys, like, please keep subscribing to me. I'm not going to disappoint. I'm going to keep dropping these videos every week for y'all, and with maybe even more to come, because I know I post videos like every once a week, but that might actually pick up. So the more followers I get, the more subscribings I get, the more I'll be more tempted to, do a little bit more with the YouTube show. So yeah, please stay tuned, you guys. Please keep supporting me. And I'm always going to return the love any way I possibly can. So, I'm a really shy person, you guys. Like, believe it or not, like I'm not going to say shy. Say introverted. So I'm going to explain the difference between shy and introvert later in the episode today. But, I've been knowing that with this pink parlay shit, I have to constantly promote stuff. Right. So with this podcast, I knew that it was important for me to constantly network, and I went out probably like a couple times, met a couple of good friends that I've been friends with for many years, and already have been plugged into so many opportunities. I appear in a video which I did with Skinny Kenny and O'Shea called Out the Way, so y'all gotta check that one out. Also did a collab with Nun But Greatness. So that's finally out and ready for y'all to watch. So I want y'all to check that out as well. I'm also promoting the party, the Players Ball for December 30th. And I have some future collabs coming. Already got a couple people that's hit me up who's in the podcasting field, and a couple friends too who's been doing their thing with podcasting. So definitely gonna keep dropping that fire on y'all and just showing y'all a little bit about what other podcasters is doing, and y'all seem to be fucking with it. So if I fuck with another podcaster group, that means they must be cool as fuck, right? So yeah. But yeah, so anyways, this episode is going to be more about just the importance of networking, because just this little bit of networking that I've done has already opened up so many doors, and it's so important for so many businesses to be able to network. However, this could be a little bit more difficult. If you're an entrepreneur and you're shy or introverted, then this might be difficult for you. But I have some coping mechanisms that might help you push through all your shyness or introvertedness. I will be explaining the difference between the two, but and helping y'all be more confident so that you guys can be successful with your business. Because most businesses these days that are like successful is because like that person, the business owner, is very well networked. So, and especially coming from Los Angeles, I know this firsthand. Literally, LA, you are judged by who you know. So it's so important, especially here too, or in any major city, to network. And I can't explain that enough. So roll up if you smoke, sip your drink if you drink, and if you gotta be sober, then just listen to this realness I'm finna give y'all. Okay. Yeah, so like I was saying a little bit before, it's so important in your business to network. And, this was one of those things that was surprisingly difficult for me. And it's not to say that I'm not social or I don't network. I think honestly, what it was for me personally is that I became a sex worker. And I think once I became a sex worker, I really became withdrawn from my social life and kind of just felt like I was very much so in a box. Like society is not nice to me. Like you can love me. Love everything about me. As soon as you find out I'm a prostitute, everyone's like frowns up and just, so I've dealt with that shit. And, I just felt that no one would really want much out of me. Although I'm cool as fuck, it's kind of hard. It's like I'm a hoe. And I really had a hard time kind of like fitting in, I think, once I became a sex worker. But one thing I can say, y'all, is that I've always knew the right people. Now, I might not know everybody in fucking LA, but when I tell you I know the right motherfuckers in LA that know everybody, like that's always been me. I've always been like linked into people who really be in that life for real, because I used to be kind of in the life, but I just quickly removed myself to just do another life. But one thing I will say though is I've always been a real bitch. So with me always consistently being a real bitch for all these years, like I still can maintain really great relationships with people. So it's not hard for me to bounce back, hit up one of my promoter friends. Hey, like what parties is popping? Show up to the club, meet several other people that I already know that's doing their shit. And then boom, I'm right back in the circle again, so I always knew I could always come back to that scene if I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? So, but that mainly because I'm a real bitch. And so me being a real bitch has really created longevity because, there's people that fake the funk and, be flexing other people's shit and it might make them look cool temporarily. And a lot of people are so just focused on that temporary ass fucking viral success moment. But like just being a solid ass real bitch gets you so much further and has got me so far in every dimension of my fucking life. So yeah. I ended up, when I came back from Miami, as soon as I got off the plane, I didn't even go home yet. Like, I just went straight into the Clucking Club. I could talk shit all you want to. But, whatever. Like, I freshened up and stuff in the airport and whatnot. But, I knew I was so tired that I knew if I was going to go home, I was going to go to sleep. And I'm tired of flaking on people. I used to get invited to so many clubs. And, like, after long times of just flaking, motherfuckers just knew not to invite me nowhere because I'm probably not going, right? So, I did get invited and I just wanted to show people like, I know I flake all the time, but tonight I'm serious. So when I landed from Miami in LA, I went straight to motherfucking Biblos and I started like talking to my peoples. And already just from that experience, I might have some future collabs going on with some of my boys. So, I ain't gonna say too much about the names, but we gonna see. So first of all, y'all, I don't know if y'all follow me on the gram or on any of the social media platforms that I put in the links. But if y'all do happen to follow me on Instagram, because I'm going to be honest with y'all, I do use all my platforms. However, Instagram is my main one. It just always has and always will be. But I don't know if y'all got a chance to check out the Out the Way video with Skinny Kenny and O'Shea. But when I tell you, baby, I've been called Money Shot from this video. Like, that's literally my new nickname. I've been called Money Shot Mollie. So, because, it was first of all, let me tell you the rundown on this video. So, of course, suddenly hit me up like, hey, I'm shooting a video for my peoples. You want to pull up? So I'm like, yeah, but she kind of tells me kind of last minute sometimes, and sometimes I'm just busy or just super far. So I'm like, I already knew I probably was going to come up, like pull up at the right time, but I pull up a little late or whatnot, but I still pull up and, I'm still just thinking we chilling, I'm kind of dressed casual, I'm not really thinking too much of it. And then, of course, Skinny Kenny see me and was like, oh yeah, hell yeah, I need you in a video. So I'm like, oh my, like I wasn't quite prepared to be in the video, but you know what? I was like, fuck it. Why not? Like, I'm here to support the movement. He's so passionate about this project. And when he started telling me more about how he been dreaming about this for like a year, it resonated with me, how I feel about the pink parlay, the passion I have behind it, how it's hard to sleep because I just think about it so much. And that passion I was like, you know what? Anyone that's passionate like this, I'ma fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't put me in no goofy shit that you're not passionate about because I wouldn't want part in it. But, it was a lyrically really good song. I think it's something that LA needs to hear a little bit more of. But yeah, y'all, we gonna tune in and watch this shit. So on YouTube, I'm gonna drop the link right here, the Out the Way video. Ooh, hold on. Who that in the pink?
I ain't a killer, but bro, you don't get the tweaking. Niggas using sign language.
See how I read right, my ass went left?
A bunch of niggas around me without a reason forever working. You thinking that we sleeping?
Man, listen.
You can bet your ass.
Hey, that other little shot. Look at you, Sunlit. Got me looking the fuck good, okay?
Cause they getting too expensive. Never slipping on that 105 dipping.
Hey, this is a banger.
Different type of nigga. You can tell.
He did this motherfucking shit. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Y'all gonna have to check this shit out for real. So yes, this is one of the collabs I did. One of the other collabs I did is with Nun But Greatness podcast. So them Nun But Greatness podcast, like, I have so much love for them, always will, because they're one of the first podcasters that reached out to me when I first started my podcast show, and I was going on like the Facebook groups and things like that, trying to find other podcasters. So many podcasters, Black podcasters too. Them the first ones I reached out to. The first group of people I actually reached out to were women. Nobody responds to me. Like, when I tell you, like, at least, I'm not gonna make it seem like I reached out to so many, but I reached out to at least several. And out of all those several, Nun But Greatness was the only ones that really fuck with me, that seemed like genuine, that seemed real. And we were supposed to do this for a long time. We just now get to it, but even the way beginning, like, I already knew I wanted to collab with them. I think they're so funny, and they are. And you definitely gotta check them out. I'm gonna show y'all the clip that was given to me from Nun But Greatness.
I feel like you should.
Mollie,
What?
You gotta breathe.
What you mean?
You gotta breathe.
Okay, so the reason why I feel like I really don't even, I'm so scared, y'all. I want to show y'all more clips from this episode, right? But y'all, this Big Papa done got me so motherfucking scared. And I had, because he released the episode, and a few days later, I was just talking about how much collabing I've been doing, and I really wanted to show like how I collabed with them, and I was excited to do so because the video was already on YouTube. But at the time, he didn't put out the marketing materials for it, like the YouTube shorts or the whatever, the reels, whatever that comes from the clips. So I'm like, well, shit, like, let me just put together a little screenshot of the video and do my own little thing, like, I wasn't really thinking too much of it. And, he definitely let me know that, like, he's in charge of all the editing and the promotions and stuff like that. So I was just like, my bad, bro. Like, didn't mean to step on your toes. I hope you're still good, because I would love to still collab with you with no beef or nothing like that. But you got at me crazy. And honestly, for me, it's just like, damn, I feel like I always fuck up sometimes, at least from other people's perspective. Now, me, that I'm more confident in myself, I know it's not me fucking up. I'm doing everything too right. That's the problem. Some people get mad when I do shit too right. But one thing I am going to say is that, they cool. Everything's good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no beef. Don't think it's a beef. It's not a beef. C4, it is a beef, though. A little bit. But, so yeah, y'all, do you see how important it is to network in your business? Like, just a couple connections, and see how already you could just end up in a music video. You could end up doing this and that, especially in LA, or if you're in a major city, it's just so much potential. So just make sure you're being kind, you're being friendly, you're being open, you're being welcoming, and you're just talking to every single networking opportunity possible. And that's me too. Like, I'm not even picky. I'm such a kind-hearted person, because I believe that you never know who the fuck somebody can be. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that treated me like shit because I didn't have the following, or I didn't pay for followers and all that stuff. And I'm growing my shit slowly but authentically. So, there's a lot of people. Like, it's really hard for me, as lit as I am. It is hard for me to collab with other people out there. And, because so many people judge by that following and all that bullshit. But at the end of the day, I might have over 300 followers. But them 300 followers is all engaged. And to me, you're going to see at least 30 comments on my shit. You're going to see at least 50 to 100 likes on my photos. So these people are engaging with your girl and what I'm doing. But you see how, back to just networking and just how it's opened up so many doors for me. right? And this is why it's so important for any business to network. You know, like it's only so far you can get with your business without networking, especially in podcasting where it's just such a competitive field. Your leg up and your one up is going to be the networking, right? So it's just I know that this is such a weird thing because I feel like podcasting is so perfect for a shy or introverted person to express themselves. But at the same time, if you really want to see your podcast grow, I really truly feel like you gotta network. Like you just got to. You got to collab with other podcasters. You got to get out there. You got to be in them clubs promoting, doing events. You know what I'm saying? Like live shows. Like there's so much that you have to do as a podcaster to be a very relevant podcaster, in my opinion. Now, this is how I see it and from my perspective. But if you're not a celebrity or anything like that and you're just a regular old Joe that's starting a podcast, you're going to have to network. And as you can see, just a little bit of networking I do got me so far. And it's like, I ain't even been outside, y'all, in about 7-8 years. Like I've been to a party here and there on a special event. But other than that, your bitch ain't been outside too much at all. And I went outside. Everybody still knew me. I still got love and everything. So I appreciate that for some of just my real friends that really just been rocking with me for a long time, just knowing me so much. And for those that seem to be overall happy for me and just want to see me grow and shine and doesn't have a problem promoting me or the Pink Parley page and things like that. So thank you so much. So you can either be introverted or shy, but these two words are commonly mixed up, I would say. So being an introvert and being shy is commonly mixed up. So I'm going to explain a little bit of the difference in some traits of being an introvert versus being shy. So traits of being an introvert is like feeling recharged when you're by yourself. Like, so an introvert may like to go to a little function, but maybe a smaller, downsized version, but just a few people, more of a quiet scene. And, you know, we're social, we're lovable, you know, we're easy to get along with. But then once we have a social situation, we feel like we need that space to just kind of like, again, recharge and just get our life back in program to just do what we have to do, right? That's an introvert. And then also an introvert could just feel really happy and comfortable on their own. So like, for example, if you can go out to dinner by yourself and not feel any way about it, then probably you might have a trait of being an introvert. So then to compare and contrast, being shy, on the other hand, is like, if you like the thought of you interacting with other people just gives you like anxiety. Or an introvert, right, who likes being alone, a shy person actually doesn't really like being alone. They just wish they had the skills to be able to hang around more people. So that's kind of like the difference. So introverted people, they happy with being alone. We're content with being alone. We cool with it. While shy people, y'all more so really wish y'all had the interaction, but the anxiety and there's other issues that's going on that's kind of stopping you from being social, right? So I will say that all my life and a lot of it, I'll consider myself to be a shy person. And I will say one of the biggest traits of a shy person is being self-conscious. I promise you, most shy people out here are more than likely self-conscious somewhere about themselves. And this comes back from just, it is even just a trait in me. It's just my surroundings and my environment. But growing up, being told so much, oh my God, like I was just picked on about everything. You know, I was told that I wasn't pretty. I was made fun of my body, you know, even like anything I ever did that was like popping for me. If I was in karate class and I was beating everybody up, like I'll get told like, yeah, one day you gonna get beat up by other people. You know, like really, like I have my own family like wishing and praying that I can get beat up. So I think like this is the amount of hatred that I received just made me be so fucking self-conscious. And I was walking on eggshells constantly, but not because everyone else, because of just everything that's in my mind that's been programmed in me since I was little. I didn't even know how to be another way because like from such a young age, I was trained that I wasn't good enough, or I was trained that I'm not pretty enough, or that I don't look good, or that my body isn't proper, or like, my body is nasty. I got a big butt, like, ill, like, I look stink. So like, these are things that was just so engraved in me. I don't think I ever was told anything positive. It's so sad, but I can't remember any time my mom, my grandma, my auntie, any of the women in my family, or just in general, ever told me that I was doing something right. So if anything, they always tell me I was doing something wrong or bully me and belittle me. So when I tell y'all that fucked up my self-esteem so bad, it made me so fucking socially awkward. And like, I still was a cool person, semi, but like, really, I think if it wasn't for a lot of the thoughts in my mind of just me not being good enough, and just if I wasn't so fucking self-conscious about myself, I honestly think I could have been broke out like how I am now and been a social butterfly. But it didn't take until I became an adult, and when I started like kind of finding my own way in life, where I started like developing more of the confidence in talking to other people. But still, but then too, was it real confidence? Because I remember I had to drink and shit a lot, or do drugs. I used to like fuck drinking because I can get drunk too and be more social. But I was like, fuck that. I need some cocaine. I need an ecstasy pill. I need something to be even more social just to fit in. This is how I used to feel. But I don't feel that way anymore. I can go to a club and not even have any drinks, and I'm perfectly fine with being me. So it's like, and what got me to that is just healing through everything and just like repairing what happened to me. I think the last straw for me was I was in New York and I was taking some pictures, right? Well, I had my friends taking pictures of me. And for whatever reason, these pictures didn't come out right. But mind you, guys, as I'm taking these pictures, I'm thinking all these evil thoughts I've been told. You're so ugly. You're so fat. Your butt so big. You look so stink. Imagine what my at least like for y'all, I'm looking good, right? In my head, like all these thoughts had me feeling so small. And guys, that confidence was the reason why I probably never been photogenic this whole time. Because I just been bullied so fucking much that I had no confidence. I didn't think I was beautiful. So you think that if the camera's in front of me and I don't think I'm beautiful, my beauty's gonna shine through that picture? No. So I tell myself something that never been told for me before. And like, don't ever think that whatever you was grown up to learn or to believe that you have to continue your adulthood through that, because I am now training myself as a 31-year-old woman to tell myself every fucking day that I am beautiful. Every day I say that. When I start off this show, typically, what do I say, y'all? It's your fine ass host, Mollie, right? I tell myself every day I am fine, I am beautiful, I am loved, I am a star, and I'm coming for everything I could have been had, but I just never seen it my whole life. Or I just had the wrong people around me putting me down, and to a point where I believe these stupid ass, nothing ass motherfuckers, like nothing ass people when I really look back at it. But I had these people really, really thinking so lowly of myself that I was never even reaching my fullest potential. So like when y'all see me in this transition and I'm still like in this phase, but I'm hopping in this phase. Yes, I'm literally in a transition, y'all. Like, because like this is some newfound shit in me. And like, it's just been glowing me like crazy. And like, I don't know, like I'm so excited for what's to come in my future, because this is something I've never thought of me before. I've never believed in myself like this. I never loved myself like this. I never felt beautiful like this. And you guys, now when I take a photo shoot, do you know how sexy and how beautiful I am? Because I'm just confident now in my head, instead of like, oh, my forehead's too big, or my hips are too wide, or my ass is too fat, or, all this shit that I fucking had in my mind this whole time of me just thinking I'm not perfect, or, oh, people aren't going to like you and people are going to want to beat you up because you're just so annoying, or you're just not even cool. So like, I've had so much on me, guys, but through those fucking pictures that I take today, those are some of the best pictures I ever took in my fucking life. And when I and I'm telling y'all, it's all just believing that I'm beautiful. It's all about just having some confidence, having just some damn confidence. And I was wondering this whole time, like, why am I so unphotogenic? So y'all, if y'all out there and you unphotogenic, it just might be a personal problem with you. Maybe you've been told self-conscious thoughts your whole life. If you've been constantly critiqued by your loved ones, and a lot of us have, baby. I'm not the only one. A lot of our families are very mean and very, very critical to us. And this makes us feel so low about ourselves or our bodies or whatever. And that shows so transparent through a picture. So yes, if you're unphotogenic, I would say look into your self-confidence first. Because it starts from your self-confidence. If you're glowing in the inside with self-confidence, baby, that self-confidence is going to burst through you and it's going to glow. And trust me, you're going to see a huge difference in all your photos. So back to just the whole shyness thing, introverted thing. There's some ways that you could boost your confidence with shyness, right? And I think one of those ways that really, really stand out to me is to find out what makes you unique. Right? Because you truly have to be happy with yourself in order to shine socially. And, even though I could socially shine because I've always been funny, I've always had this good personality, I had the haters throughout my life, made me feel like I wasn't likable by people. And, then I got into the sex work. So, I've had so many people frown up, you can't respect a hoe. You can't, and this is the culture too that goes with this life, right? Like a hoe don't get no love. So it's just such a sleazy, like, she a hoe. So, I adapted all that into me. And, I really just felt like, I have nothing to offer you guys. No one cares about me. I'm just a dirty staying hoe. And also I probably had the wrong men pumping this into my brain. So I was believing it. So I just had like this really low feeling about myself. And one thing I will say is I feel so much more confident, you guys, because I just figured out what was so unique about me. That's been here this whole time. And I've embraced that into my show, into who I am. And I am proud of it. And I don't care what nobody says. Even if you judge my hustle, I still don't give a fuck. You can say I'm nasty. I still don't give a fuck. Because guess what? Are y'all paying my bills? Are y'all going to let me move in? No. So maybe y'all are judging me harshly because you guys did not live the life I had. Maybe you guys do have a supportive mom, dad, grandma, aunt, uncles, and all the big ass family. But I didn't have that. So when my grandma fucking just decided to not like me anymore, that was all I had. My grandma wasn't even able to take care of me, neither was my dad. But even if they still couldn't. They didn't have the money. Like no one could take care of me. My own parents couldn't do that. So if your own parents failed you and you're out here, like that's a tough life to live, because your parents are supposed to give you the unconditional love you need in this world, and they're supposed to have your back no matter what when times get hard. So imagine if that whole thing, no mom, no dad, and that's completely cut off. And then most of my family ain't even here in Cali. Most of them are in Texas. So I really wasn't left with too much to work with. So when I have one family member turn against me, guess what? I have nowhere to go and I'm on the streets. So guess what? I had to do what I had to survive. I had to be smart about shit. And I had to develop my own support system, which are my clients. And my goal is to take off with my show and never do this again. But you know what's hard, you guys? It's going to be hard for me to leave this life, because then I guess y'all will become my new support system. But as of right now, like, my clients support the fuck out of me. And I don't know. That's just a thought. That's like a thought for a whole nother topic for a whole future. But yes, you guys, find out what's unique about you, right? So turning all of this shit around, I now embrace the uniqueness of me being a sex worker. Because although the normal world and who maybe might approach me in a club might not see what the fuck I'm doing or think is nasty or disgusting, guess what? In this podcasting community, y'all fucking love that shit, right? So my life is fucking lit to you guys, right? So now I embrace that in me. Me being a fucking sex worker. Me being a fucking openly sexual person. Me also being intelligent. So I could be a little nerdy about things. So yeah, with a lot of topics and stuff, I do research. So a lot of y'all might think I'm babbling. No, I actually read tons and tons of articles, and I think I'm going to start actually post those references up from where I get my information from, because a lot of my topics, I really put in work and really put some type of intelligence behind it. And yeah, it's just being any type of sex worker, society just puts such a fucking harsh image on us. Like, and so many sex workers, I think we just feel so like, I remember just going into hotels, and I used to just feel that everyone used to think I was a hoe. Just like, I used to just, the hotel staff, I just felt like they just knew I was dirty and nasty. Now, I can give a fuck less. And if anything, I'll let them know what's up off the podcast. If you want to hear about this hoeing on the podcast, tune in. Like, I don't give a fuck. It is me now. I'm so happy. It made me unique, and I'm truly being myself, you guys. Like, this is so awesome, and I really hope that I can stay this way. I know a lot of people are thirsty for a viral moment. I'm not thirsty for a viral moment, but I do want one bad. I really hope that it can authentically get there just by me somehow saying the right thing one day, the right crazy thing one day, and it just takes off for me. But it's just authentically me. I'm being my true self. I'm not hiding anything from anyone. And when I tell you I'm the most happiest I've been, and I just feel so open in my character. And some people not even ready for my openness. I've had some people be like, like, you shouldn't tell people that you're just a hoe because people are going to frown upon you. But I'm like, I don't give a fuck no more. Like, I don't. I will walk up to you and be like, hey, I'm lit, but I'm a hoe too. If you want to think of me any differently, go ahead. I don't give a fuck. Are you paying my bills? No, but my tricks are. So, I don't care about anyone else's thoughts or opinions about me anymore. Plus, like, a lot of y'all just don't know my life. And I know a lot of times, a lot of shit just be misunderstanding. And I think if the world can see every whole story, and I'm not saying every hoe out there needs to even be home right now. I'm a person, I didn't really have much of a choice. Like, it would have been really, really hard for me if I went any other way. And like, I just found this way, and I just said, fuck it. Like, I just stuck with it, and then just felt a comfort in it. So it's just like really bonded into me, where like my clients became my family, because I don't have the family. So, like, it's just a whole different thing. But yeah. So I think more too about like just finding out what makes you unique is mastering your skills. So not only am I podcasting now, but I also self-taught, self-edit, self-do the audio. I can put a whole motherfucking song together at this point with the skills that I know, and will be soon. I need to work on some shit, but I'm telling you, don't be surprised if your girl drops a song sometime soon. Just throwing out of here, okay? But, mastering these skills really helped me to socialize with other people. So now when I'm with my editor crew, even though I'm not a pro editor and just know all the nerdy critiques of being an editor, I'm still an editor though. And I can still relate to them and still probably give my knowledge to them. And they can for sure give me tons of knowledge back. And just those like skills alone, just learning that gave me so much more confidence, because I could be like, I'm a podcaster, I'm an editor, I'm a this, and I'm a that. And I feel like I connect with so many different groups of people, so many types of different editors. And that's dope for me, and I fucking love it. And, I'm still a sex worker, yes. Like, I can go into a room of these podcasters, and before, when I was just a hoe, I felt like it just didn't provide much substance. But to say that I'm a hoe and I have my podcast and I'm sharing my journey with y'all and I'm being open with you guys and I'm telling you my experiences, and I'm out here trying to just start this podcast with a bud, just really just trying to just grind and get myself up there to where I would need to be, and to just, be okay in life. That's dope. People respect that. So I would say, tune in to what's unique about you. And if there's any skills you're like, let's say you're a good cook.
throw it out there, right? Let's say you're a good cook, right? And this is like this one of the skills you had, but you're just, why don't you go to culinary school or something? Master being a chef, you know what I mean? And, maybe when you invite company over, you'll be the cook. And, people will just love food and make people agree. Most people don't cook nowadays. So, people gonna love you for that, right? Just find whatever skill it is within you that's good and try to make it your best asset. And the more you improve your skills in yourself and the more you are willing to learn new things, the more your confidence is going to grow. Just remember that whatever you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, you have to take baby steps. Like, it's hard. For me, I'm shy as shit. I've always been like, I'm just a hoe. I want to be in all black. I don't want no one to see me. I decided to start a show called the fucking Pink Parley and decided that the way I'm going to represent the show is by wearing all pink. So I had to get used to wearing all pink. You know how hard that was? It took me maybe months. I would say at least a month of me wearing pink every fucking day for me to feel comfortable wearing pink, to where now it's awkward when I don't wear pink. But, I would highly recommend that. If you are shy or introverted even, and you want to socialize more, and you think like most of the colors you wear are like dark colors, grays and blacks, then you need to get out of that. Pick the brightest, happiest color you can think of. Bright, happy colors to me would be like pink, yellow, orange, like whatever bright, happy color there is that comes into mind, and dress up and all of that. And I promise you, like, that's one amazing way to come out your shell. It's brought me so much out my shell into ways that you wouldn't even fucking believe, you guys. Like, because every time I wear pink, even in this today, to me, this is not even me being in pink. I think I'm so damn used to wearing pink. This is me, like, I'm half-ass pink in the day, but I still got everyone like, oh my God, you look so cute in pink. Your pink shirt, your pink hat. Oh my God, you're such a vibe. Stream the Pink Parlay. I tell them every time, Pink Parlay, baby, I represent for mine. So, just remember to take those small steps, because for me, it had to start with maybe just me wearing pink. Then people tell me like, oh, something about my pink clothes. And now I carry on a conversation from that and tell them about my show and tell them this and or tell them that. So, it's just little steps, step at a time. When I first started this podcast, I was audio only. Why? Because I probably was too shy. Because I don't even got much now, but I'm doing it now. But in the beginning, I was shy. You couldn't get me to record this show on a motherfucking camera? What? Like, I was scared. But I had to get my voice out there. And then I felt like I started getting a little bit better with my voice and how I was talking to Blake. And now I'm here on my show. So that's what I'm saying. Like, don't think that everything has to be done in one day. But take those little baby steps and gradually work yourself there. And you will get there in no time. But you do got to keep working at it. Stay consistent with it. Also, too, remember, when you're going out and stuff, make sure you look presentable. Have a smile on your face. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of us, especially Black culture, a lot of us are taught to just be mean and serious all the time because our life is serious. And I get that because I come from that, and my life is serious now. But I promise you, if we could just kind of forget that shit when we go out where we come from and just have some smiles on your face, you'll be surprised how all races of people will just flock towards you to say how beautiful you look or just approach you about different things. So just make sure that we're looking approachable so that people can come to us and talk to us about things or give us opportunities that could really get us in this bag for real. Also, like people that spend too much time on their phones, if you're on your phone too much, you get down at your shit, people might not want to talk to you. You look busy, so if maybe you're a person who you're just really on the phone all the time and you're out in public places, maybe it's best for you to put the phone down a little bit, and you'll probably be surprised too at how many people will come and talk to you. Yeah, and just learn how to listen to people. When people are talking to you, don't look blank faced, even if it's hard for you to listen because I got ADHD. So I listen well, but I have to like do things to make sure I'm listening. So I make sure I'm nodding. I make sure that I'm like following the conversation because I don't want to zone out. So, you just have to like learn different skills to make sure that people feel that you're listening to them. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is one of the easiest things to do because in reality, you ain't even got to really be listening to these motherfuckers. But if you just do like, wow, that's crazy. damn, like, just like do those type of words. People will feel like you're listening to their home motherfucking story, even if you probably high as fuck and not hearing none of that shit. Like, so yeah. So yes, y'all, I hope that after today's show, y'all have seen what your girl been doing out here. We're just doing just a little bit of networking. And just, stay with me, you guys, for the route, because I'm going to continue to network and y'all going to continue to see bigger and better opportunities coming my way. So if you guys are in business or want to start a business, but you guys are shy or introverted, I hope I helped y'all determine what is the difference between being shy and introverted, and also how you can get over that, because look at me. I used to be a shy person because I was very self-conscious, right? And I turned that shyness into being an introvert, but just embracing my introvertedness and then just learning my skills and mastering the skills and turning that into a way that just made me more relatable to more groups of people. So I feel like I can relate to so many different types of people because of a lot of the skills that I've learned. And I really hope that you guys are encouraged to do the same. If you guys haven't really took that time out to go ahead and pick up on that class or master that skill, maybe y'all need to go ahead and do that. It's going to be a new year. So baby, if y'all in the kitchen, y'all know y'all you were going with a spoon in the kitchen and you ain't took a little cooking class or something to master that, maybe you need to look into that for the new year, y'all. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this realness. I'll catch y'all on the next parlay.